Hey everybody, I just wanted to read you something that I wrote. I wrote it quite a bit ago, maybe, I don't know, about maybe 2 months ago, around that time. But let me just read it. As I look back, I see a lost kid who had been hurt because his plans to become a Navy SEAL had failed. I let fear and doubt control my mind and my life, and I ended up blaming Jesus and the whole world for my failures. I felt like a complete failure because I had failed, and I personally didn't know how to cope with the fact that I had failed so many times. I eventually grew tired of trying to please everyone around me. I only wanted to be a Navy SEAL because I thought it was a get rich quick scheme. I gave up on everything. My dream to protect and my dream to protect and to provide for everyone. I wanted to be rich and famous because I thought that people would love and respect me if I was rich and famous. I wanted to provide for and protect all my family members, all my friends, and even strangers. I quite literally wanted to be God. I wanted to take care of the whole world, as if it was my own. But the world is not mine. It never was, and it never will be. I am not Tony Montana. I am Philip Watkins, a God-fearing, chief-encouraging officer who surrendering, and who's completely and totally forgiving. Or a God-fearing CEO who's surrendering, and who's completely and totally forgiven. So that's just a little another I guess just like another introduction of like who I am, a little bit of backstory on like my life and stuff, and like, just a little peek into here. So I thank you all for just being here for me to be able to share. It's totally just like one of the biggest blessings ever, just to have someone, or just to be heard. And if you don't feel heard, and if you don't feel seen, make yourself, like, put yourself out there. Make a video like this, just describing who you are, describing what you like, describing, like, I don't know, anything really, I guess. And, you know, I'm gonna do my best to make sure that you feel valued, because each and every single one of you have value. I don't know who exactly this message is for. I feel like it could be like for one person, but I'm leaning more towards like this message is for a group of people, like a big group of people. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if this resonates with you, like if you feel like I'm talking to you, then I'm talking to you. So just remember that you're not alone. I, myself, and many, many others, 5+ billion people, etc. We all, us as creatures, we all have doubts. We all have fears. We all get scared from time to time, whether we want to admit it or not. Sometimes people are really good at pretending. I remember when I used to pretend like I wasn't going through anything. I'm all laughter, trying to make people laugh. But deep down inside, I was hurting. I was the class clown. And deep down inside, I was hurting. And I just wanted to encourage everybody around me, because I felt like I was lacking that encouragement. And maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. But as I grow older, I grow wiser, and I'm just really thankful to be growing, you know, older. And, at one point it was scary. I'm 27 years old, and I just look back on life, like high school days and just like my early 20s, and I'm like, wow, time flies. And it's kind of scary because 27 is so close to 30, and 30 is so close to 35, and 35 is so close to 40, 40 so close to 45, 45 so close to 50, 55 etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? And so I got scared of the idea of me aging, like, oh, you know, like some older people, they don't have the best mobility, but they're able to laugh and smile. And I appreciate the older people like that, if you're able to smile at least once a day or once a week, then you're doing something for the world, you know, a little bit of positivity. And even if it's just a smile once a month or once a year, I believe that a little bit of positivity can impact the world on a massive scale. It's just like almost like I'm like thinking about like the butterfly effect, like how the wind that a butterfly wing produces, like that or something like that. I'm feeling like, that could create a big wave so that a surfer out on the Californian beach or whatever, they can catch that big wave and just enjoy that experience of catching a wave. But anyway, that was me signaling to you that I am about to get off, and I'm about to get off of, the video. Like, I'm about to go bye-bye. Like, I'm gonna go do other things, or I don't know. I'm just going to say peace. I hope you have a great day or a great night wherever you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are loved. You are appreciated. Know your worth. You are so special and so amazing. And I can't wait to talk to you again. Comment down below how you're feeling. And just know that, like, if you feel alone, you're not alone. If you feel alone, you're not alone, because sometimes those thoughts and feelings have a way of making us feel like we're the only ones suffering in our minds and in our bodies. But we're not, There's so many people out there struggling as I speak, and we're all in this together, I and others. And when I say others, I'm talking about you, the people that have been helping me out, like with this channel, helping the channel grow, the network grow. Like, we're building a bigger community, because a bigger community means more support and more encouragement. So if you can, please share, like, subscribe to the channel, help out. And remember that if you need help, you can always comment on one of my videos, and if I don't respond, just know that I'm not that quick to respond, because I'm taking care of other things. I have other responsibilities. But just like, if you message, or not message, but if you comment and I don't respond right away, maybe comment again on a different video, or comment a couple of times, just so that I see, because I don't always see, I'm not perfect. I don't see everything. And so you going a little extra step to, put another comment on one of my videos, so that I could see, that helps me out. And so I appreciate all the people that have been, just being active with the network of a Foundation of Faith channel networking. And so Sorry, I'm kind of like, my brain's kind of like shutting down, but kind of need a nap. But yeah, I feel like this network that is here and now, we all are just trying to, we're doing our best to give you, if you're new, I'm speaking to you. We're here to give you a new, or we're here to give you a foundation of faith. You know, because a lot of us have a foundation, but it's not, it's like, it's just not a good foundation. Like, we get consumed by our doubts and we spiral into a negative mindset for weeks, and we're constantly looking over our shoulders, and you know, we're we're in a state of fear, you know? Like, there's a foundation of faith, and then there's a foundation of fear. And I feel like a lot of us have faith, but you know, myself included, like, I have this foundation of faith, but like, fear always comes when you least expect it, and it tries to scare you, and it tries to keep you in a state of fear and a state of just being scared forever. But you know, fear is just a visitor within your mind and your body. Fear will not last forever. You know, so if you're scared, just know that brighter days are coming. And yeah, that's where I'm going to end it. I love you all. You are loved. You are appreciated. Thank you so much. You are completely and totally forgiven. Peace.